Ladies and gentlemen of the General Assembly, as we conclude the final week of veto session, there is a palpable sense of anticipation in the air, almost akin to excitement being felt by a child awaiting Christmas morning. However, instead of a festive cheer, what we are truly anticipating is the looming lame duck session scheduled for the first week of January. For those less familiar with the term, lame duck session occurs when retiring legislators or those not reelected return to Springfield for one final period of legislative activity. During this time, legislators are no longer accountable to their constituents, raising concerns about their accountability and integrity to the decisions made. The lame duck session has historically been one of the most risky and concerning periods for the residents of our great state. But why is that the case? Well, there's lots of evidence to that point. In January 2021, the Safety Act was rushed through the Senate in the wee hours of the morning onto the House and then was signed by the governor. This legislation has since become one of the most contentious and litigated bills to emerge from our General Assembly. It required multiple subsequent bills to address its flaws, resulting in more amendments than the original text itself, not to mention the numerous lawsuits challenging its constitutionality. Fast forward to January of 2023, we saw the introduction of Protect Illinois Communities Act. Similar to the Safety Act, PICA was pushed through quickly, deemed unconstitutional by many, yet still signed into law, and just recently was struck down by a federal judge. This pattern leaves law-abiding taxpayers to defend their civil rights in court against their own state, bearing the financial and emotional burdens of these legislative oversights. The lame duck session is fertile ground for rushed and ill-considered legislation. The examples of Safety Act and PICA demonstrate how critical policies can be compromised when accountability is diminished. Beyond rush policies, there are significant concerns about the constitutionality of these laws passed during these sessions. These laws not only face legal challenges, but also undermine the very principles that are meant to uphold. We have seen such legislation that attacks fundamental rights, such as free speech, during regular sessions under the guise of protecting the most vulnerable among us. But lame duck is always worse. Governor Pritzker has repeatedly claimed to have balanced budgets and created a rainy day fund. However, the reality tells a different story. Illinois once again is facing multi-billion-dollar deficits. The financial strain is largely due to continued pandemic-era spending. However, the difference now is there's no federal bailout money coming with it. The projected $23 billion increase in the state's budget by 2030 is unsustainable and places an undue burden on taxpayers without cuts. Furthermore, the outmigration of Illinois citizens is a clear indicator that these policies are driving residents away rather than fostering a thriving community. Governor Pritzker, it's time to acknowledge the realities facing Illinois. Our state is losing more citizens than ever before, and your policies are a significant contributing factor. To this body, let's not make any worse decisions during lame duck session by ramming through more policies that will drive people out of Illinois. We must restore common sense to our state's governance. In closing, the upcoming lame duck session presents another dangerous opportunity for misguided legislation that could further jeopardize our state's future. Let's not continue repeating the vicious cycle of radical, unconstitutional legislation passed during lame duck. Let's stand united in advocating for responsible governance, accountability, and the preservation of our constitutional rights. Together, we can return Illinois to a place of prosperity and opportunity for all citizens. Thank you.